Well, I'm back in the garage. I got a new toy to play with here. It's the 40-pound sandblasting cabinet from Harbor Freight. I've been pretty happy with this thing. When I did it, if you're thinking about getting one of these, down here in these corners, it'll leak a little bit. So I threw some RTV in there on all four corners. And don't forget these screws. I accidentally forgot those screws and it just drained out of there. That's why I had the bucket under there. But other than that, I've been pretty happy. There's a small, it comes out somewhere over here. I think it's up in the corner up there. But it's not that bad. The other big issue I have, well, not big issue, but issue is a small leak where this attaches on the housing or the cabinet. This piece doesn't, I don't know, it just doesn't seal. So I want to get a new adapter to go through it, but other than that, everything's good. You just got to make sure you get these really tight, or they'll blow off. And you can't use a super high pressure. They say up to 120 pounds, but there's no way. If I put 120 pounds to this thing, those hoses are gone. Other than that, it does work well. I've been able to clean up my brake calipers and my spindles, which after sandblasting, let me turn on this other light. Which after sandblasting and then painting, and then I did a clear coat on it, it looks great. When I sandblasted, I put tape over this and had it taped up really well, got it all done, and then when I took that tape off, this thing was a little bit crunchy, but I laid it on its back and I just kept spraying brake cleaner under it, because I think all it was a little bit of the abrasive material just got into there a little bit, but now it's fine. I was able to rinse it out. And, you know, if I decide I need to, I could always just pull that bearing out and repack it. So that's not a big deal. But yeah, I'm happy with this. It'll be nice. I'll be able to clean up parts. That way when I get over here and I start putting it together, it's not going to be a mess and everything will look nice and new and clean. But I thought I'd like to share that. Maybe thought somebody might be interested in sandblasting. If you have any questions about this unit, let me know. I'm going to do this one next. I'm going to get a rebuild kit. I think I'm going to pull these pistons completely apart and just refresh some of the stuff in there. That, and after blasting, because I don't really have a good way of taping it off and making sure no debris gets down in that piston. So after I got to thinking about it, I was like, you know, go ahead and just pull this all apart, clean it all out, make sure I don't have any of that. What is it? I'm blasting with aluminum oxide. So, yeah, it works. I think something a little more abrasive would make things go faster, but I also don't want to damage the metal or pit things out, or, you know, so. All I have on this is this hose was too small, so I just put a rag inside of a plastic bag and wrapped it around there, jammed it in there. Creates a really good tight seal. Tiny little shop vac, definitely not up to the task, but neither is my air compressor. This poor thing does not like the amount of pressure I run through it, which really I've only got that at 60. But this can run for go for about a minute, and then it starts running. I'll spray for a minute while it's running, and then I'll set everything down and I'll go take a break and let it fill back up, and then start the whole process over again. But I've got my mask because don't want to breathe that crap in, especially when I'm emptying that shop vac. I definitely wear this for that. I don't notice much dust coming out while spraying, so a lot of times I have the garage door open, the vacuum on, and while I'm spraying, I don't wear a mask, but I let it vent out, and then if I notice it's dusty in there before I open the door, I'll put the mask on, because you really don't want to breathe that stuff in. But this is what it looks like before paint. And I feel like it cleaned up really well. I just got to go get more mineral spirits so I can wipe it down and paint it. So I'll be doing that today. And then while I'm out, I'll go ahead and see if I can't get the rebuild kit for these calipers. But, you know. And yeah, I think that's all. If you have any questions or you're thinking about buying one of these, go ahead and hit me up. Let me know. I'd be happy to give you, any advice I have. So, that was the other thing about this. So, the light in this is absolutely awful. I can't do it with all of my lights on. So, I have to... One sec. Oh, much better. I just noticed how foggy my lens was, but I'll turn these lights off. Sometimes I even turn those lights off because when I'm standing here trying to look through the cabinet, I just get all this glare. Usually I'll shut the garage door down to just barely about even with that table. That way I don't get the sun glare from outside across this. And then I use these lights. This is an old fish tank light. If I can get this turned on. So this makes a huge difference. Laying these on top sucks because it scratches. There's a piece of glass under there and a piece of plexiglass on top. And then plexiglass scratches. Oh, the battery must be dead. But to prevent glare from that light in my eyes, I just take a rag, put it over that, and then I can see down in here. Obviously, reach through the gloves, do what I got to do with my gun. Overall, everything works pretty good. I did change out this nozzle. If you're getting one of these, look at the medium you're spraying, and if you use a real light medium, they have different size tips. So you just unscrew this piece here, you pull that tip out, and then you slap a new one in. Very simple, but yeah, it made a big difference. At first, the tip I had on there was too big, and it wasn't spraying very well. So I think I got it dialed in now. But thanks for watching, and let me know if you have any questions.